Right, I'm going to show you how to process Residence Collection doors. So click on New Frame, select Resi door. Resi door means a single door. Pick your style, so I'm going to pick this one here. Put our sizes in here. So the default option is always Residence 9 foiled mechanical open out. So if we have a look at that, so Residence 9 always comes foiled, so the inside and the outside is always foiled, so that's why that default only gives you that option. Residence 7, you've got the options for solid mech open out, so that means the solid through colours, chalk white, vintage cream and number 38 grey. Foiled mech open out allows you to put a foiled face on the outside, so we're going to have a go at that. So we pick that group. So as an external finish, so in Residence 7, grained white both sides is available as a standard, but in most of these other colours, the most common internal finish is chalk white. So as we select an external colour, so we're going to pick Painswick, one of the most popular colours, and we're going to select an internal finish of chalk white. Now you know if you're going wrong, if you pick an option you can't do, always look here for an error. So if we change that to Cotswold Biscuit, you'll see the warning that can't be done, or it can be done but it becomes a special. So you know if you've got a standard and you've got it right, the warning disappears. So that's an open outdoor. So the open outdoor comes with a butt hinge, but it's an adjustable SFS butt hinge, plenty of plasterline clearance to the edge of your frame. We've also got threshold options, so we've got, in this case, the R7 one, the AM5EX. So that's the same threshold, that's an aluminium threshold from Stormguard that works with both a sill and without a sill. And you've got the option to add a ramp, an external ramp, which is that one there. You'd only do that if you didn't have a sill, so that's a wheelchair access ramp. But the most common, 99% of all the doors we do, are that threshold there. So then we've got opening options. So if we pick an R7 open indoor, so I'm going to go for a foiled mech open indoor. This is where the colour options with Residence, you've got to be really careful because the open indoor sash is designed to work with the R squared profile. So the R squared profile is the same dimensions as Residence 9, but a squared off detail internally, which the squared off detail then sits to the outside of the door. You might want to have a look at our order guide and installation guide so you can understand how the profiles sit and how it's going to look on the finished job. So if we were doing an R squared opening door and we selected Painswick on grained white, that's a standard colour, there's no warning. If we change that to an R7 open indoor and we select Painswick on grained white, you notice that comes up with a warning because the frame profile is not a standard colour. Now it's actually one of our premium finishes. We do a lot of that colour option. So again, send the material requirements into the office or put a quick phone call in or go on our chat function and just check with the team as to whether there is in fact a surcharge with that. So open indoors, the hinge is completely different. So it's an SFS hinge, but very different to the open outdoor. Plasterline clearance is minimum, so I'm going to put a frame extender on this one. 9 times out of 10, you always need a frame extender really for your plasterline clearance. So we'll click that on that side of it. Then we've got our lever handle options. So we've got levers. Lever blank is a blanking plate to the outside. Sweet handles there, so that with some customers is popular, or if you're sweeting up, matching up to the sweet range with a composite door. And we've also got monkey tail and pear drop in the Regal range, which perfectly match both the colour and the shape of the window handles. So we're just going to have a look at number of door hinge options. So if we're doing an open outdoor, we're going to do a grained white one in R7. And we're going to pick a aluminium threshold. So let's just make that a little bit bigger. So we're going to go 950 by 2200. So a fairly decent sized door. we have got an option here on hinges to pick 4 hinges. The SFS hinge covers the scope of the Residence product. It takes a lot of weight, but just bear in mind if you're putting laminate glass in there, so a lot of these doors now for Dock Q are using 6.8mm lam glass. That's a heavy pain and would definitely benefit from that 4th hinge. So there you go, that's processing doors. Hope that's been helpful to you. Anything that you're not sure on, get in touch.